excited because Junior Elimination Finals are going to start in 40 seconds here. So, yeah.
Your screams can be very similar to yodeling, so that's a good point.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this, man. These two, I've always regarded as some of, like, the most, maybe not the best players, like, as far as their plays go, but they definitely are some of the most consistent players. Of course, Johnny didn't have a bit of a fluke during the regular finals. He's not here for the other finals. So we'll see if he fares better this time against Mike. I'm excited for this revenge match. I kind of want to see Mike go down in a bloody defeat of revenge, but we'll see.
There is a lot of consistency for both Johnny and Mike, so we will be seeing some good plays. I don't think there's any doubt about that.
And Mike's walls are shifting. The classic tragedy. And we got these guys' audios going, and now we should be good to go. All right. This is Junior Elimination Finals. As always, it's any percent, which means they can use any items they need to beat the game or get as far as possible. They both have 15 minutes to do what I just said. Beat the game or get as far as possible. Whoever beats it first or gets the furthest will receive a diamond. Now, this is Junior Elimination Finals, and we don't want RNG to be impacting it very much. So instead of it being best 2 out of 3, we are now doing best 3 out of 5. So whoever wins 3 rounds first go take the victory and move on to Junior Championships against Fishy1289, who is the regular bracket winner.
Hoping to see a lot of victory diamonds here. And I believe you had some kind of special
The Crystal
symbol.
Skull is the final victory. That's what you get for winning both finals and or the championships.
Climbing gloves for Mike. That could be a nice advantage for him.
We'll see. I'd kind of like to see some crazy overtimes here as well. I'd also like to see our soundtrack stop breaking. Oh no, that's just on my end. Audio bugging out. Never mind.
And not only does he have those climbing gloves, Mike's busting through the side of a snake pit to pick up a medal.
But he's busting into the head of an arrow and taking 3 damage in total at the end there. Additionally, Johnny is on 2-1, whereas Mike is still on 1-3, and Mike is, like, blasting through his resources, but he also gets a compass. Wow.
He could use that magic to make up a lot of time. Catch up to Johnny pretty quick if he plays right.
Especially in the temple if it does last that long, which you can expect it to usually.
Unless it's used very liberally, then yes.
Hey, you can't do that! So at this point, Mike has gotten random shopkeep aggro. Interesting. Interesting!
That could prove to be a problem.
Oh man, that's to start off these Junior Elimination Finals. You can't do that, Mike. You can't be racing at Junior Elimination Finals. Man, that's unexpected for sure. Not the first time it's happened, actually. Oh, and Mike getting... What is up with this run? 12 bombs to add on to all the other items he's got, but he also has shopkeep aggro. Now,
he
my heart...
blasted something right into his own face and managed to survive.
His own Matic, I believe. And Johnny has a cape at this point. This is like the passive item extravaganza. Jeez, man.
Johnny 2 levels ahead, a bit more.
Oh my gosh, with Mike being at 1 health and with having shopkeeper aggro, maybe all these items he got won't end up helping him in the end.
The climbing gloves may end up being the death of him if he's not careful.
Sure.
1 health, that's... You gotta really be confident in your climbing gloves play.
Johnny's pace is a lot faster right now, but with the wet fur level, he might end up facing some, at least a little bit of damage here, because that tends to be the case. This looks like an entirely blocked off level, and Johnny is recognizing that, so he's going to bomb down, and yes, that is correct. It is a blocked off level.
Scary situation for Mike there, but
Handles it really well, though.
Squeeze out of that level by tossing a bomb down there.
Right, Johnny having a significant lead at this point, on to 3-3 as Mike is only on 2-4. If Johnny continues to play quickly, he's going to take this round, but if he ends up dying where Mike decides to slow down and keep safety as his priority, which being at 1 health I think is going to happen, maybe Mike could take the win here. We'll see.
Mike still with a full load of health. I'm sorry, not Mike. Johnny with a full load of health. Mike with his 1 health remaining, of course.
Yes. Alright, and Johnny is going to move on to the temple 4 levels ahead of Mike at this point. Johnny is really pushing for speed. This is actually quite a fast run.
Definitely. It reminds me of some of his early play when we first saw him.
Yeah. Alright, on to 4 Dash 2. This is one of the fastest runs we've seen that is non-pro. Of course, if he does end up dying, it won't mean anything. And look at that shot. What is up with the game is treating this freaking finals?
Squeezes into the exit there next to the money. Good job, Johnny.
That was impressive and terrifying, and probably not worth the risk, but good job to Johnny, as you said. On to 4-3. If Johnny pulls this off, like, wow, this is impressively, like, solid play. Very few mistakes that you can find in Johnny's performance so far.
Mike springboards right into a mammoth.
That is too bad. Mike is going to go back to the mines, whereas Johnny is moving on to Mike at this point. It looks like Johnny might take a win right off the bat here.
It could happen. Let's see his resources.
Here we go.
Plenty of bombs to do safe strats, so.
Right, 11. Yeah, he's going for safe strats.
Doing
and
a bit
cascades.
of cascading, yes. Definitely throwbacks from his first round performance.
Well, that was a little bit scary. Alright, and that is a completed Olmec pit. Just checking to make sure. Good idea. Alright, and Johnny is bringing Olmec over at this point, and I always fear at the end of these safe strats. Oh, Johnny does a strategy where he's done that now twice, where he stomps Olmec so he has some time to T-do. That's a good idea.
Yes, he takes the victory.
Alright, so congrats to Johnny. That's going to be the first win. I'm going to tell these guys to return the main door, and we're going to get to the next race here. Alright, so Johnny takes the first of the 3 wins he needs to get revenge on Mike. We'll see.
Was this a first seed victory we saw here?
Yes.
Well done.
Very impressive. There weren't many flaws that you could find in Johnny's play there. I was very impressed, as I'll just repeat here and be redundant as usual.
Gotta fill the air.
So once Johnny gets back to the main area, main door lobby, as it's referred to, we'll get started with the second of the potentially 5 races. I kind of hope this gets to 5, so we have an exciting finish here.
And I believe he'll be shifting those walls to have a fair start.
And we'll be starting in about 40 seconds here. And it looks like Johnny has not noticed that he's going to have some shifting walls. We'll see.
Maybe not this time. We'll see.
Yeah, looks like Johnny's going to have some shifting walls if he doesn't act fast.
Usually it's not too much of a handicap. Only about 5 or 6 seconds.
And even then, if it does get that close, we tell our races to type done, and usually, we've never had a race be 5 seconds apart. We've had a race be about 10 seconds apart between, Bum and Krill. But that's about it. In the regular brackets finals, JohnnyLeven was actually against Fishy, and Fishy defeated Johnny 3-0. So, Johnny is now in these finals after working his way through the rest of the losers bracket. He has a chance to come back. He now goes to Mike, who was actually the person who originally eliminated him from the main bracket.
Both players entering 1-2 around the same time.
Yep. Mike, however, getting the advantage of health and some ropes, whereas Mike does not, rather, Johnny does not. Mike also getting a compass. And another compass, if he wants to buy it, but he chooses not to.
Wise choice.
Johnny just tanks 2 arrows, not a big deal. Hopefully that's not a bad omen for him that his RNG is going to run out. I'd really appreciate it if our soundtrack stopped breaking. That is too frequent for my liking.
If I had any idea of what was going on with that, I would be complaining as well.
Every now and then the soundtrack does freeze up and I need to reset it.
Understood.
Alright, and Johnny is going to move on to the 1-4, not the jungle. Misinterpreted. Mike is going to move on to the jungle, however, a little bit ahead of Johnny.
He's playing a little bit quicker, and he has 6 health. That's pretty impressive for this early in the game.
He also has the compass, whereas Johnny does not. I thought he had a cape there for a moment because the leaf, he does not have a cape. That was just a leaf.
Optical loop.
Alright, and the Dead Roses for Johnny. It looks like he's going to go for a cape here, and that's a solid strategy, especially with those spikes right there. And he takes full advantage of them. And the cape just comes right back. It just jumps up and like, Johnny, take me, you know? Oh my gosh. Might we see some Haunted Castle? Looks like we're not going to. That's too bad. Mike might have to go a little bit faster now that Johnny has the cape. We'll see how Mike responds to the situation. Johnny now also having paste. Man, I'm messing up these guys' names left and right.
It's happened to me too. Mike's still 1 level ahead. For now, this could change in the ice caves with the cape, as you said.
Actually, it's already starting to change in the jungle. Johnny playing very quickly, whereas Mike has to slow down a bit without that cape. Really scary exit there.
Definitely. Manages to leg grab that crate, though.
That was some scary stuff for Mike. Also going for a damsel. Johnny at this point has pretty much caught up to Mike. Just a little bit behind as far as this goes. And Mike's going to move on, get some health back. And Johnny is going to be following him just a few seconds afterwards.
We'll see if that several seconds that it took Mike to get the damsel will pay off here. Looks like it did. He's still alive. He would have been completely dead if he hadn't picked up that damsel.
Yeah, that was the difference between life and death for him. Wouldn't be the worst idea to try and kill the queen bee here. Although, it is kind of scary with all the other bees around.
That is a lot of bees.
That is a lot of bees. Oh my gosh, that is a lot of bees! Mike makes it without any of the bees causing a problem. Johnny having his own issues with the dark level. This is bonkers.
The needle through all of those enemies there, managed to survive.
This is just insane right now. Crazy stuff for both of these guys.
That's right. Dark level for Johnny is not a good thing at all.
Taking nearly 40 seconds at this point.
Took 2 damage from a snake there.
He eye-frames through a tiki trap at exactly 4 health. Wow. Mike at 1 health himself, getting another damsel. Yeah, not blowing it up. He's on the ice caves just as Johnny is as well, but Mike is on 3-. Mike is on 3-2, where Johnny is on 3-1. Moving on to 3-3 at this point for Mike. Johnny, however, going on to 3-2. Crazy stuff. This is a little bit bonkers. So Johnny has a little bit of ground to make up, but he can do it pretty quickly with that cape of his. And a parachute. Yeah, nice. Works really great with the cape. So that was a little bit scary with that Yeti, but he pulled it off. Mike continuing to be 1 level ahead here.
Yeah, he's still 1 full stage in the lead.
Let's see. There's a jetpack in there. But Johnny resists the temptation. I think that's a good choice considering he already... And Johnny is now faced with 1 health, gonna grab himself a damsel.
Both of our players have 2 health, I think, now, because each of them delivered a damsel. No,
Mike
3 health
for
Mike.
And Mike with prayers to Kali, this might be very, very close. See, if Mike gets a slow tempo level and Johnny has average tempo levels, this will be very, very nearly, you know, like... I guess a matchup on Olmec. We'll see. Johnny onto 4-1 as Mike is currently exiting it. And Mike with a 4-tile high area, adding to the pip counter, instead using the landmine, which is a solid choice. Though he did have 8 ropes, but you know, it's a good place nonetheless.
Exactly. One stage apart still. This could, depending on how the players, the racers play here, this could end up being an Olmec strats. Would make the difference here.
I think Johnny should use a bomb. No, he's gonna go around. He's valuing his bombs. Maybe he's thinking about fast strats. Maybe he's thinking about safe strats. I don't know. Johnny on to 4-3 while Mike is still dealing with the situation of 4-3. Now 4-3 moving on to Olmec. So Mike is the first to reach Olmec in this situation. If Mike does die on Olmec, Johnny has a solid chance. And if Mike does safe strats, where Johnny might do fast strats, we could see really interesting. Let's see what happens.
Well,
Mike has a significant lead at this point.
Oh no! Exit to 4-3. Johnny gets stabbed.
Oh, yeah, you are a bit ahead of me, so I'm going to refresh. That is very unfortunate. At this point, Mike definitely at least has the lead of 4-4. We'll see if he beats Olmec or not.
He has the ropes.
I'm getting a bit of lag. I think it's because I reloaded Johnny's stream. He's doing fast strats. And... oh, this is scary. Mike making it out alive, breaking the Olmec curse during finals. It is now 1-1 in this best out of 3 out of 5. Alright, so congrats to Mike for
Lost
taking
health
his
on the
first
way
win.
out. Barely made it out.
Alright. So GG. Now they both have 1 win. This is starting to get interesting.
Definitely. This is the way that the later matches should be, though. Nice, evenly matched players playing very well, and it could go pretty much any way.
Alright, so I've been talking extensively for 2 hours straight, and my throat is becoming a murderous pile of blood. I'm gonna drink something real quick here. Shin, entertain people.
Alright. I'm here to entertain y'all. I'm sorry, I'm failing at entertaining y'all.
Okay. By the way, I think it's absolutely hysterical that you are from Texas and also say y'all.
Well, I try to be as Texan as I possibly can. I'm sure you can tell from my terrible country accent that I am an absolute, deep Texas country boy.
Clearly. Alright, so... we need to reset the soundtrack. Alright, we have not gone through the soundtrack as many times as we have today. But now that Mike is resetting as well as they're shifting, we're going to get started in about 45 seconds here.
1-1, and means we still have 2 guaranteed rounds between these racers.
Yep. Seems like Mike's fast play ended up working out for him, although in the end Johnny did die regardless. His lead, I think, strengthened his confidence a bit, made game a bit, easier for him to go through the entire thing.
They're both bouncing around like madmen. I think they're both fairly excited.
Yeah, I would be too. These two are a very good match. Let me, before we freaking start up this next round, reset the timer. Alright, and let's go. Let's go.
In they go.
Yep, alright. I'm excited to see what happens this third match. Let's go.
Definitely. Looks like Johnny passed up a fairly easy crate there for the sake of speed.
Yeah. Mike, I thought he grabbed a crate, but I might be mistaken at this point. Looks like he did.
Does not look like it.
We're taking a bit of damage. Bringing the damsel is going to help him bring himself back to 4 health immediately. Johnny at this point is going to be the fast player here. Now a level ahead of Mike.
Zooming through, although he did finally pick up a crate, and that one has ropes.
Mike also picking up 3 ropes?
They do have exactly even resources at this point.
I think we might see Mike go for that damsel there and the crate as well, but he's going to choose to move on to the next level. Johnny's still about an entire level ahead.
Seems like a bit of a reverse situation from the end of last round.
Yeah, and Johnny is about to fall into a pit. Okay, he recognizes how level generation works. The idle is usually blocked off, or is at the very least away from the regular path of the game's generation, and Johnny knew that, so he stayed away from that sub-room. Now, still a level ahead of Mike. Mike moving out with the key and not being able to use it effectively. Actually, looks like he could buy a compass here. Will he choose to do so? Yes,
Always.
he will.
Yes. There has to be a compass in Mike's hands.
Yes, getting 2 compasses during his Olmec fight just proves that he loves him. He loves his compasses, man. Can't get enough of them.
I mean,
Johnny.
Why wouldn't you? Magnetism.
Yeah, man, they're great. Johnny is in 2 levels ahead now. Johnny is totally employing Mike's strategy. No, it's back and forth. At first, Johnny was playing very fast, followed by Mike playing very fast, and now we're back to Johnny playing much faster himself. Looks like losing gives these guys an adrenaline rush or something, because it's very back and forth.
Yes.
That's pretty exciting for finals, not gonna lie. I'm liking this so far. I'd like to see Johnny win, and then Mike win, and then, overtime. Maybe
I think
a few more
5 rounds
overtimes.
would be sufficient, honestly.
My voice will be dead by the end of it regardless. Alright, Mike, rather, Johnny continuing to be 2 levels ahead of Mike at this point.
That's one extended level from previously when they were 1 level apart.
Yeah. Mike's starting to push his run a bit more, getting a bit closer to changing that whole 2-level difference. Johnny onto the ice caves at this point. Probably going to slow down a bit if the levels have anything to say about it, but we'll see. Hey, Shin.
Yes.
Are you exploding right now?
Did you hear a little bit of explosion there?
Yes.
There is a reason for that.
Did the house next to you just get blown up?
Unfortunately, no.
Ah, that's too bad. However, at this point, still 2 levels ahead. Johnny is Mike. Very similar paces. However, Johnny pushing just a little bit faster than Mike. Actually, Mike with this super slow level is now going to fall 3 levels behind, unfortunately for him, and has to deal with the snail a little bit, and he handles it pretty well. So there we go.
Johnny had a really fast drop there at the end of 3-2.
Alright, Psychic Presence. This game is relentless. I'd like to see Psychic Presence strats, but we're not going to see them, unfortunately.
We have seen them several times during the races.
I would say several, maybe 3 or 4 times. Most of the time they failed, though.
Many people consider 3 to 4 times being several.
Fair. Felt like there was some sass in that voice. Yeah, but... Alright, and Johnny's going to move on to the temple, 3 levels ahead of Mike, although Mike is about to complete his level, so I guess I shouldn't really say that.
Anubis right at the beginning for Johnny there.
Yeah, that bomb was well placed, but unfortunately it's not going to do him anything. That one, however, also not going to do anything because Anubis is just such a badass that he can take an explosion and not even slightly flinch. Alright.
Squeezes through the Anubis purple Cheerios of death.
Anubis purple Cheerios of death. Oh, speaking of death! Speaking
no.
of death! Mike ends up dying to the Anubis. Ouch! Johnny takes 2 damage to a... We need to not be negative. God, woo, happy sunshine, yeah!
People die. That's
wow.
inevitable.
Dang, Shin. Dang. Dang.
Reality check, you know.
You're not wrong. Rip that mummy. Everyone dies. Everything dies in this game. We all die.
4-3.
Now, enough on the morbid tract of things. 4-3 for Johnny. If he pulls off this win, like, I think we have yet to see a racer not win their first seed here. Awkward stuff with that thwomp. Johnny choosing the bomb down. Good choice. It looks like he might have to use a second bomb here. And that is incorrect. He has a perfect drop down to the exit there. He's on to Olmec.
With 5 bombs, that is just enough to get through if he bombs in the right spot.
Alright. I'm gonna grab another quick drink. Shin, entertain people.
Whips the Hawkman directly underneath Olmec as per the normal strat. And safe strats begin. Let's do some back whipping and bombings. Back whipping and bombings. Back whipping and bombings. Back whipping and bombing. Maybe one more after that.
Okay, some back whipping and bombing. Some back whipping and bombing.
Thank you for the assist, I appreciate that.
You're welcome. I didn't think there was enough, personally. Alright, and Johnny, perhaps gonna continue this track of back and forth victories and back and forth first seed wins. He's teetering over the edge, and it looks like this is gonna go to him. Yes, Olmec crushes down, and Johnny completes his 3rd run, so Johnny will take his 2nd win of the event. If he wins one more time, he will move on to Junior Championships and have a rematch against Fishy, and in cold blood, slay another one of his original defeatees!
That sure would be nice. That was per request from Eskima, by the way.
I think we're getting a bit excited here. For good reason. Good reason, I suppose. But we're going to tell these guys to return to the main door. And see what happens. Yeah. These are going quickly. They are really winning fast, and I'm liking this a lot.
They're blazing through.
Quite a lot. Let's see if this track record continues. If it does, Mike should win this next round on his first seed.
And that would be, I mean, it's already our first 4th round, and that would be our first 5th round.
Yeah, we've never had a race that has had more than 3 rounds. This is historical. Alright. They're both at the main door. Let's see if Johnny remembers to get rid of the walls of shifting. Yes, he does. He has learned his lesson. Alright, and we're going to start in about 40 seconds here. I'm excited. This is a really interesting finals. Definitely a little bit more back and forth than Fishy versus Johnny, where Fishy won with a 3-0 sweep.
I would like to see some non-first seed victories coming. Mix things up a little bit, make it more interesting.
I'd like to see an overtime on the 5th round after they both have 2 wins.
That would be great.
That would just be amazing. Like, you can't make that stuff up. Well, you could. You could break the tournaments, which we've been doing this whole time. I mean, what? No, we haven't actually been breaking the tournaments. That would be terrible, I swear. We actually paid Mike to lose that last match, but they're entering at exactly the same time here for me, so that's good. And Shin is exploding.
For Mike there.
Shin, are you exploding?
No explosions right now. I do have a cat on my lap, though.
I feel like that's an explosion all by itself.
The cat is trying to eat my headset.
Nice. How's that going for you, Shin?
Cat failed.
Oh, well, that's too bad. We have to continue hearing your marvelous voice, continuing to prove that mine is the worst of the tournament.
I do apologize.
Oh, God. Shin, you have the best country accent I've ever heard.
Well, you know, growing up in San Antonio will do that for you.
Oh, I can't take it. Please stop. It's almost as bad as Rudd's Canadian and German stuff. Johnny with, I think, one of the first blocked off mines during these tournaments.
Looks like he decided to grab some, I cannot see what his items are due to his overlay, but I'm assuming he got some paste from that spider?
Yes.
Okay.
Alright, so, at this point they're both on 1-4. Mike with the clear advantage as far as resources and health goes. He also nabs the compass there. Johnny with a very interesting shot that I think he should rob, but he's not going to. Alright, I think he's going for safety here to try and take this 3rd win as fast as he can.
Spider bite to the face, but he does come out with a medic.
Yeah, ouch, that's gonna hurt. I mean, two health is a bit less of an issue now that there are no arrow traps, but it's still a big deal, especially when you take fall damage and go down to 1 health, immediately correcting my previous statement.
He has a major disadvantage here, not only due to the scary rushing water level, but 6 health is what Mike has, while 1 is what Johnny has.
So I'm once again just going to quickly post the Twitter link that we had from previously. Please go ahead and retweet that, favorite it, give it some real love, because these guys have worked really hard to get to these finals here. They definitely deserve some attention, deserve some hype in chat and on Twitter and everything. And yeah, Johnny at 1 health, losing his medic apparently. Mike is that the black market? Yes, that is the black market that Mike went to. I missed that while getting the Twitter link up. Oh,
Commentator fail.
Nah, I suck. Johnny is like, I am worried. That 1 health is a terrifying thing to deal with. Mike ahead by 1 level at this point.
Back up to 2 again with the damsel turn in.
That's true.
And a tiki village, everyone's favorite level.
Especially when you're only at 2 health, I might add.
And he sacrifices a health to go in and gain a health back from the damsel.
Oh, that was a, wow, that was a risky maneuver, and he pulled it off. That was,
Picks up a bomb bag, too. That'll help him a lot if he can avoid dying.
I believe those square-shaped things are called boxes, Shin.
You know, I believe you're right about that.
At this point, Mike has a definitive lead as far as levels go. 2 whole levels, maybe 3 actually. 3 levels ahead of Johnny, as Johnny is taking 43 seconds on that level, 44 rather.
The jungle has not been kind to Johnny.
I mean, Mike might win this first seed and once again continue the track of back and forth first seed victories. And if that does continue, that means Johnny will win these events because he'll win the round after that. Oh my gosh. This is bonkers. This is mental.
It's insane.
Crazy.
That 2 and ooh. Johnny gets his legs impaled by a tiki trap.
Oh, yes!
Are you happy?
You are spot on. I meant to confirm with you because it just happened for me. Yes, it does happen. His legs get impaled, and unfortunately Johnny is down on 2-4, which means Mike has a very solid chance of just taking this race away by defeating Olmec on his first seat again.
We will see if that happens. He did go into the temple now.
And so far so good. That Anubis spawn is definitely not too bad.
Sneaks right around Anubis. Still has 4 health.
Alright, on to 4-2. Man,
Bomb,
this is
sorry, or shop robbery from Johnny.
Ooh,
Wonder if he's going to take the teleporter. No, he does not.
Yeah, I mean, 80% world record run, clearly. Doesn't even go for the shotgun. Odd. Mike choosing to bomb that lava for safety reasons, and that's a good choice. Oh my god, that scared the crap out of me.
Arrow to the back of the head, but he survives.
Alright, he's going to move on to Olmec with 2 bombs left. That means he's not going to be able to do safe strats unless he goes up. If he goes up to the top, maybe we'll see some safe strats, and maybe we'll see Mike win his first seed. It's 4-3. I need to shut up and think. He's on 4-3.
The numbers do mean things, Hector.
No, they don't. Ooh, and a mummy is going to block his path. However, he can...
Oh, that was crazy, crazy death for Mike there.
You got what you wanted, Shin. Are you happy? Are you happy, Shin? You got what you wanted.
What did I want again?
For them to not win their first seed.
Yes, that is what I wanted. I am super pleased with that death.
Alright, and so now he is dead on 4-3.
That's the record to beat. See if Johnny can push through to there or Olmec. Shop robbery for Mike. Gone wrong. I'm sorry, should I delay my reporting a little bit if you're behind?
No, it's fine. You're pretty much spot on. It's not a huge deal as far as things go. You speak a little bit slower than I do anyway, so it generally evens out. But yeah, this is pretty much in Johnny's hands right now. If Johnny can push ahead here and take a victory, maybe we'll see him. The shop robberies are real. These guys are pushing. They're starting to take safety and throw it to the wind.
Mike may be doing something rather insane here, bringing a teleporter along and possibly planning to use it.
Do you know how magnificent it would be if Mike took this teleporter and got to Olmec before Johnny?
That would be very impressive. But it's not going to happen.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Mike goes down, unfortunately. Johnny on 3-2 at this point. Looks like, as long as he plays well with that jetpack, he might be taking this finals match, knocking out Mike after Mike's murderous... No, wait. Johnny eliminated Mike, rather. Right?
Somebody eliminated somebody.
Yes, Johnny eliminated Mike. I have been mixing that up. Mike is trying to get revenge on Johnny here, and Johnny is currently in the lead, so Johnny might take this back and defeat Mike for a second time.
But maybe not. Juggles right off the cliff.
Oh, man.
3-3.
Maybe this is going to go to Mike, because Mike currently has the farthest level of 4-3, and there's 7 minutes left, which I'm going to inform the racers of. Alright, well, this is a lot more interesting now. They both died a bunch, and back to the mines for each of them.
That's right. Mike still has the lead, I believe, with 4-3.
Yes. Pretty exciting finals so far.
Most definitely.
2-level difference here. Mike died a little bit before Johnny did, so he's on 1-4, whereas Johnny is just now moving on to 1-3.
They are still pretty close. Either one of them could push all the way to Olmec.
Ooh, and Johnny is going to go down onto some spikes on 1-3. Ouch.
There is still time, though, depending on how Mike plays here.
Yes. Anything like it has been so far, Mike should be dead in a moment here. He's at 1 health, but I bet you Mike can play pretty safely.
Once again, you spoke. That was your first mistake.
Mike dies and moves back to 1-1. Now Johnny has lead of a level being on 1-2, whereas Mike just died.
Back to the very beginning for both of them.
Shin is currently exploding.
It happens every once in a while.
That was a bit scary. Almost staggered some shopkeepers there for Johnny. Mike with the shopkeep robbery of a jetpack-matic compass.
It seems like just this round has seen 4, maybe, shop robberies for jetpacks.
I think it's 6, actually.
That's
5
possible.
or 6.
It's a crazy jetpack-heavy round, that's for sure.
Pretty exciting. You know what? This is a very solid chance for Mike to sweep out the victory here by, a seed completion as opposed to a default. He has 5 minutes left to beat the game, which both players have enough time to beat the game from the level that they're at with 5 minutes. They're both on 1-4, if I'm not mistaken.
That's right.
Yes.
Any more losses, though, and there may not be any more opportunity to make it to Olmec.
Current level is 4-3 set by Mike, and they have to make it to Olmec to push the lead further, and Johnny has to at least make it to 4-3 to try and tie it up. However, he lacks a jetpack, whereas Mike has a jetpack, and he has bees and a tiki village, so... All bombs, however, with haste. Shotgun for Mike. And that shotgun aggro's the shopkeeper. Not in quite the way you expect, but, Shin is exploding once again.
And these are the soft thunders. Wow.
Yeah. Not bad though. They're pretty faint. Just that one that sounded like you literally blew up.
It's been going back and forth, much like these races.
Ah, gotcha. Alright, so Johnny has a dead or restless level. I don't know, I think a bomb would have been in order there, nearby that entrance with the Jiangxi. But this level is actually made in a way so that what I was talking about is actually not a valid solution. He would have gotten stuck in a subroom, potentially. Never mind that.
Would have had to waste some of his mini bombs.
Yeah, and they're both going to leave 2-3 at about the same time. This is a pretty close race.
It is. They've caught up to each other almost fully.
Man, what if this race goes into overtime?
It would be pretty epic, and not as epic as it would be if it happened on race 5.
What if it happens on both, huh? Did you ever think about that, Shin?
No, that never went through my thought process.
That was interesting. Mike was hanging around on some spike tiles, and a frog tried to jump on him, but died on the spikes before they could reach Mike. So Mike is moving on to the ice gates, Johnny is moving on to 3-2, and Mike gets rutted.
Oh, with a medic, though, that could help him quite a bit.
Wow, that is a really weird blocked-off layout. What on earth is the ice caves?
It's a place with a lot of ice, and they're in a cave shape.
Really now?
I'm not positive of that. That's my best guess.
The Yeti King is also just dead in a, and all of his resources were hidden by Yeti people. Interesting. Mike is moving on to 3-2 as Johnny is currently traversing 3-3.
Yeti King's a very sad king. He knows that his rule doesn't really mean anything, and he often kills himself by exploding.
Yes. So Johnny accidentally going to the wrong side of the level there. I think he thought there was another layer to the level. Unfortunately, there was not. Slowed himself down a bit. Mike now having a chance to catch up here. Despite his jetpack matic compass, he actually has been around the same pace as Johnny. Johnny's been going quite fast.
The shopkeepers around the exits have been slowing him down by a few seconds each level.
Alright, and Johnny is moving on to the temple before Mike is. Mike, however, looking to have a very fast level. That shopkeeper, okay, that was scary. Alright, so both of them are on the temple at this point. This is very close with 1:45 seconds left.
Double 4-1. Will Johnny murder Anubis? No, he decides not to.
Yeah, this is a last-second deal here. These two need to go quickly because they're both very neck and neck. They have enough bombs to both of them do safe strats as effectively as possible. And if they choose to do so, fast strats as well. Okay, so Johnny recognized that was 6 tiles wide and used one of his last ropes. However, he's down to 1 at this point. Doing a mummy jump when he has a freeze ray is now... Oh my god!
Wow.
He lives through it! A tiki trap saves him at the last second and... I cannot believe that! He's now dealing with the Crocman situation where Mike is stuck next to his shopkeeper, and the Crocman is dead. Mike is moving on just as Johnny is but Mike is on 4-2, whereas Johnny is on 4-3.
Johnny has tied it. Both players have reached 4-3 now.
There's 52 seconds on the clock. If Johnny does not finish this level in that time, which it might actually happen, this is a fairly slow level so far. Mike moving on to 4-3. There are 37 seconds on the clock. If they both make it to Olmec within that time and don't beat Olmec within that time, it's gonna be overtime.
Johnny could have shortened his 4-3 by quite a bit by dropping one bomb earlier, but chooses to go around the long way.
There are 26 seconds on the clock. Mike is entering Olmec.
We just had a power flicker here, so if we've lost
Johnny is entering Olmec. There are 15 seconds. It's gonna go into overtime.
That's amazing. They both are in Olmec at the exact same time on my screen. There's less than a second delay.
Oh my god. That's it. We're going into overtime. They both end up reaching Olmec at the very last second. It's bonkers.
The sheer epicness of this battle has caused the power in my room in my house to flicker.
And Mike is down on Olmec, and Johnny faring no better currently. What is going on with these two? Johnny is dead as well.
I'm not sure they really cared at that point. They knew they tied.
Yeah, I informed them during the Olmec fight. Alright, that's crazy. So I'm going to quickly explain overtime to all you guys out there in the audience who haven't seen overtime yet. Overtime is where both racers reach the same farthest level. So they both reached Olmec as their farthest level when the countdown was done, and they both ended up dying as well. So, we're now going to go into overtime. Overtime, same rules apply. Whoever gets farther or whoever beats Olmec first wins. However, instead of having a time limit, both racers get exactly one seed to do as best as they can. So playing safe is better than playing fast in these situations. And we're going to get started in about 40 seconds. Oh my gosh.
I'm going to let the Thunder commentate for a little bit.
Okay. Yes, I agree.
That was a pretty poor Thunder intimidation.
Shut up.
As a matter of fact, I did not mean intimidation. I believe I meant imitation.
That was a pretty bad imitation, if I do say so myself.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Alright, so we're going to go into overtime in just a second here. As I just stated, no countdown. We're going to see these two have a whole different mindset of playing, and we're now going to see them play a bit safer so that they don't die as quickly as they would normally. Wow, that was an ass thing to say.
Dropping the truth bombs.
Wow, okay, so, I can't defend that. Whatever. Let's just move on. Nothing
They've been playing
fine.
Excellent.
Yes, they've been playing really well, and now there's even overtime to just show how closely and skilled these two are. And how quickly they die. Alright, anyway, now that I've been a total jerk to these guys, luckily they can't hear me. Hopefully. Maybe.
Just another Saturday for you.
Yeah.
Ropes all over the place for Mike.
Actually, we might hit Sunday by the time these races are over. Currently 11:13 EST, and if these last few races take a while, this overtime takes a while, and if the next race takes all of its minutes and ends up going to overtime, there's a chance we could reach Sunday before these races are over.
You're a very egocentric American. That's
yes.
all I have to say.
Accurate. Right, I think Mike was trying to both get the damsel and shorten the level, but ended up misplacing the bomb. Unfortunately, that's going to slow him down a bit. However, being fast is not as important as being safe. The damsel was the key thing there, and that's what he got.
That's right. Johnny is definitely on a faster pace. It depends on how safe they manage to be.
So if Johnny does win this overtime, that means he's going to take the finals and move on to re-challenge Fishy during the championships. Should be pretty exciting.
Whereas if the opposite happens, we get another round.
And if anything else happens, Shin will explode.
Trying to be as ominous as possible and timing my comments with the thunder.
Gotcha.
I believe that there was a commentary in the chat that I'm Zeus, and that is true, so don't mess with me.
Okay. I'm scared. I'm doing commentary with Zeus, apparently. Johnny using 2 bombs to get a damsel for whatever reason. Maybe he was hoping for a black market, I don't know.
I'm sorry, did I say Zeus? My name is Jesus.
Gotcha. At this point, both of our racers are in the jungle, I believe.
Wow.
So near death there for Johnny, being nearly launched onto spikes and learning his lesson, now taking it slower to kill that boomerang guy. That was terrifying.
Oh no! Oh no! Johnny goes down! Boomerang!
Oh gosh! I just caught that! Johnny is dead on 2-3 if Mike makes it. Man.
Oh no! Oh, so close.
Oh my god! Is it gonna go into double overtime?
We don't know yet. It depends on if he can, if Mike can manage to squeeze through to the exit here without getting tiki'd, and he does!
And he does! So Mike is gonna take the second win, and oh my god. It's 2-2.
We've got a round 5, folks.
This is bonkers. The back and forth is like, holy crap. 2-2 at this point. We're gonna get ready to do our final round here. Wow. 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 There's nothing else to say but just holy crap, man. I'm impressed. I'm impressed.
Impressive play all around.
Crazy stuff. Oh man. Alright, so we're gonna get our timer set up, get everything ready to do our countdown, and start up next and final junior elimination final bracket race. Alright, we're gonna get started with this last round in 40 seconds. Oh man.
This is round 5. Let's see who stays alive.
Give your freaking rhymes.
Do them at the right times.
Get out of this Skype call. You're done. We need a new commentator.
I'm sorry, I'm naturally poetic. I can't help it.
I shouldn't be a commentator.
There's a potato joke in there somewhere.
I'm mad at you. I'm very, very mad at you. But as I'm mad at Shin, these 2 races are gonna get mad at each other and go down for the final round here. I'm super excited. Super excited.
Can't wait to see what happens.
I really want to see some like overtime on round 5, triple overtime on round 5, just to set up the most bonkers finale here at the end.
You probably shouldn't say that, or one of them will end up falling on spikes in 1-1 and end the match instantly.
Oh yeah, last overtime. Get super excited. Oh, Johnny's down on spikes. Mike goes to the finale. Well, no. Mike accidentally using 2 ropes, and that taking fall damage. Should have grabbed onto one of those 2 ropes.
Johnny deciding against the not so worth it shop robbery.
Yeah. Good choice. And Mike is grabbing a damsel after taking 2 damage, so see how he handles that health.
Lots of arrow traps hanging around. Nothing really
Big bit.
threatening them.
Looks like Johnny is fairly interested in that snake pit, but he's gonna pass it up. Yes, he is, and it looks like that bomb shop is also gonna be passed up. He unfortunately does not have the money. Not have the money for it.
Not taking advantage of enough duping strats there.
Clearly. No, but really, pot strats are the good strat.
They can be.
I mean, they just are in general. No bias, just they're really good. They're kind of better. They have a long margin. Anyway, on to the races. Both of these guys are on the Jungle 2-1 at this point. Never mind. Why do I even talk? Ever. Like, why do I open my mouth? Johnny is dead and back to the mines. That's actually a major loss at this point. Everything is on the line. Every mistake counts. At this point, Mike has a massive lead. And if he stays as steady as he has been most of these races, then Johnny might have just lost his race.
I think that's way too premature to say that.
That's true, but just speculation. building up drama. Gotta be like, this could be the end, you know?
Is this the end for JohnnyLeven? Tune in next week.
On Starballs, see. Yeah. The thunder, of course, at the last second there. I don't think you can hear it through the soundtrack, though, so we're all good. Mike continuing to play very well. 4 health, 7 bombs, and locking in ropes a bit after using 2 on accident at the beginning of his race on a 2-3, as I think I said before. 4-level difference between these two guys. We'll see what ends up happening here.
BM strats.
Yeah, there he goes. And he missed a jump and decided to use a rope, which I don't think is a good idea. That jump was easily makeable off of a tile, but now he's down to 1 rope. We'll see what happens. And there he goes, buying 3 ropes. Valuable black market.
Picking up some bombs.
And dying to a man. Not really. He does not die to the man trap. He is all good.
Don't make me think that you're suddenly ahead of me.
Yeah. Moving on to the ice caves here. All good in the neighborhood, I think. Yes, there he goes.
Wow. That's pretty amazing. Johnny was able to afford a bomb box.
Yeah, look at that. Up to 16 bombs at this point, and he's definitely going to need to use them so he can catch up to Mike here. He's far behind. 4 whole levels.
He does want to go fast, but not sure he wants to rush.
Yeah, no, that's, there's no reason to rush yet, but if Mike starts reaching the temple, you gotta hurry up. Take leaps of faith. You know
exactly what? 4 levels behind.
At that point, it's where you gotta start thinking, you know, this is where I'm gonna get eliminated. I have to go fast now and, either A, be fast enough to catch up to Mike, or B, hope that I die and he dies.
There's a lot of mind games down here at the end, and usually they're kind of created by the players themselves without
pretty
really
explosive.
trying.
Pretty explosive, I must say. I agree with that.
Part of the mind games right there. Mike deciding not to make use of any mind games in the ice caves.
Tried to make a pun there at the end, and I'll give you credit for effort.
I am always efforting.
Efforting?
Efforting.
I agree. So Mike is on 3-3, a little bit slowed down. Oh.
No ropes. Is he going to try to bounce on that UFO? He does. I'm sorry, the UFO.
Oh my freaking god. That is... The timing. If that UFO was not there, Mike would have been dead. Johnny is catching up at this point, only 3 levels behind. He's starting to push Mike's lead a bit out of the window. See, if Mike has a slow tempo, Johnny has a perfectly good chance to catch up.
This is getting to be a more narrow race.
Yeah, Johnny's going to complete another level while Mike is just stalling. He doesn't have ropes, which is a huge detriment to him. And it might spell death here. Once again, the game giving him a situation. He's on the wrong side. Oh
I think
my god.
His best bet there would have been to knock out the Yeti and use it to bounce off of the mammoth. But
Johnny is now in the lead. This final match of the finals is like just the most well-displayed way of showing you that no ropes in the ice caves can be fatal. Both of these guys are having such a hard time. Johnny is down to 1 rope after being in a terrible situation. Mike died because of it.
That was really rough, yes.
Johnny nearly died, but ended up having a parachute. This could go to Johnny. It's currently tied up. Both races have reached 3-4. If Johnny dies, we'll have a tie and potential overtime if nobody else gets further. But if Johnny makes it to the temple, he'll have pulled the lead off. Of course, there are still 8 minutes and 45 seconds. These racers have plenty of time to complete another run if both of them do end up dying.
That was going to be my next question for you. How long is left in the race?
Yeah, this is kind of scary for both of them, sure. Mike had a lead, but at this point, Johnny has a solid chance of taking the win here. Oh, and Mike is going to go back down again. Ouch.
Johnny's got plenty of bombs to spam against things. Get through the temple pretty quick.
Yeah, on 4-1, that's the new lead. Johnny has taken the lead away from Mike. Originally, it was 3-4, but now Johnny has hit to 4-1. And not a terrible 4-1 either. Other than that moment to start us off in this swamp down here, it should be fine.
Nearly biting into that swamp, though.
Oh my god! Let's see if we get a dark level here.
No dark level for 4-2.
Right, yep, there we go.
Just some unpleasant traps.
Yeah, that's
murdering
not a very
an
nice,
innocent scorpion.
Not a very nice situation as far as those arrows go.
quick level. Let's see how fast 4-3 is.
Man, this might go to Johnny here. This might have been the back and forth we were talking about. So far in the history of the races, it was Johnny, Mike, Johnny, overtime to Mike. And now Johnny might actually take the victory here. We'll see. He's on 4-3, a level away from Olmec. Placing a bomb, which both triggers a Crocman and opens up an area, which might end up requiring another bomb.
Oh, no. Scary situation there. But he has plenty of health. Johnny has plenty of health to take the hits.
Alright, and he's thinking about this bomb. He definitely needs to use a bomb instead of a rope here. That rope is vital to his Olmec victory.
Yeah, with no extra mobility whatsoever. That rope is pretty much a necessity if he wants to beat Olmec in any appreciable amount of time.
Alright, using these last few bombs to try and take out a mummy off screen. It looks like he's done it. I think it's very much dead. But, safety over
it's
being
a live
sorry.
Mummy.
Alright, that is
going to have to bounce
the
off
one mummy
something
is
to get up
dead.
there.
The one mummy is dead, but immediately replaced by another mummy. He can bounce off that caveman to make it up there if he decides to do so.
And he does.
Yep, there he goes. Alright, Johnny is on to Olmec. This could be the end of Junior Elimination Finals, and Johnny could be moving on to the championships after losing the previous finals match.
Johnny's had some pretty successful Olmec victories with the safe strats, so this could be the end, as you said.
It begins. If Johnny messes up safe strats in these last few moments, Mike has a chance, but this is starting to look bleak for Mike.
Getting into the back whip bomb.
Johnny not messing around, typically just standing next to those bombs, but now jumping away from the explosions. It'll be a terrible way to lose at the end here. Alright, the final bomb has been planted. Johnny is luring Olmec over to the pit.
This looks like it's over. Tiki Village tearing up Mike in the meantime.
And the Junior Elimination Finals are done. Johnny has won it. Johnny takes the Crystal Skull and has won Junior Elimination Finals. Not only did he lose in the Winners Bracket Finals, but he went back to the Losers Bracket and came all the way back and will now be facing off against Fishy 1289
again
in the Junior Championships.
The other rematch of the century.
Unfortunately, Mike, once again, losing to Johnny. Mike's original defeat was against Johnny, and once again, it happens here in the elimination brackets. Apologies to Mike for being eliminated in the very ending here. Finals go to Johnny, but congratulations to Johnny for moving on to the championships after being defeated by the Fishy. I would love to see some revenge from Johnny at the end here to try and get back at Fishy for the 3-0 win that Fishy took a long time ago. That was very impressive.
Great playing in the meantime from both Mike and Johnny.